What makes America the greatest country in the world? Many people would say freedom. One of the greatest freedoms citizens have is the right to vote. This is a right only given to United States citizens, and there is a way for it to be abused with current legislation. On the Politico website in 2016, it states America has soared to new heights as 200 million people are now registered to vote for the first time in U.S. history. 200 million people is only a small amount of the world population that is gifted as United States citizens are to vote. A form of identification should be required at all polling stations across the United States. There are many ways in which Americans can push to get this legislation through. The beginning of this process, in which an idea is turned into a law, is no simple task that can be done on a spare weekend. Through the long chain of bureaucracy, the bill reaches Congress and is voted on by the representatives of the House. According to USHR's website, if the bill passes by a simple majority, 218 of 435, the bill moves to the Senate. The last step of the bill is to be passed on to the President. After the President signs the bill into law, it could be months before the bill would be put into effect. Through the process of amending laws nationally, it is difficult, and it does have an effect on hundreds of millions of people. The American citizen's job is to take this flaw that lies in our voting system and initiate the change that will snowball to Washington, D.C. I know what you're thinking now. How am I supposed to change something that affects the entire country when I'm not a politician and I don't know that much about government? Well, there are many steps that can be taken to start this process, but the easiest way to bring this issue to light is by talking to your local senator and representatives. First off, finding a representative that will listen to the concerns of a citizen is not a difficult task because that's their job. On their website, Votocracy, it states, the number of seats in the House is currently 435. One way is to just voice your concern with your representative and tell other people who feel the same way to send emails, letters, or even give them a phone call, telling your concern and ask if they can try to change the policy. A more serious and dedicated approach would be to establish times when a senator or a representative could meet and draft a bill. Since the loophole that allows people to vote without identification is a flaw in the law, a bill has to be created to patch the hole with the law. A bill can be drafted with a representative to ensure that the issues that a citizen values, like the right to vote for only legal citizens, are not left out. This option is more difficult but has a higher chance of success because building a bond with your representative will cause the representative to understand why a person feels so passionate about the issue. Another way that citizens can help push legislation is by getting a petition and talking to the community members and explaining the issue that the United States voting system has. Gathering a petition of signatures will give credibility to the issue if a representative who personally disagrees with the issue. Petitions may also spark the interest in others when the facts are laid out to them. Doing this is something that citizens can do whenever they have the opportunity to talk to people. In conclusion, a form of identification should be required to vote at all polling stations across the United States. Voting is something that deserves to be taken seriously because of all the people who have sacrificed for citizens to vote. This speech has covered a few ways in which legislation can be initiated by citizens for national change by getting a petition or just visiting with a representative. The biggest hope for this speech is that the audience realizes that they can affect the way our country operates, and they will be heard.